Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Final Takeaways live stream, the second for today, September 7, 2025. We are scheduled to start at 8:35 p.m., which is a minute away from now. We are also waiting for other viewers to join the stream. We are closing into. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Final Takeaways live stream, the second for. Yes, I'm sorry about that feedback. So yes, we are awaiting a couple more people to come into the stream before we start, but we can start in about a minute or two while others will continue to join the stream. We do have breaking news, updates, analysis, and commentary, which is what we usually do here on the live stream. We want to welcome all of you who have commented in the live stream. We have Marquez and Steve Degar says good night, good night. We're going to start in a moment, so if you can be patient with us, we would really appreciate that. So tonight we have a couple of things we want to bring to you. The first one is we want to let you know, and you might have heard by now, that popular artist and social media influencer Lola Doll, she is in the hospital. She was shot several times overnight, sometime last night, and she is in a critical condition at the Georgetown Public Hospital. We have an update about that. We will tell you what's the latest. Also, we want to bring you some information from Dr. Irfan Ali, who has been sworn in as the new president of Guyana earlier today, for a second term. And if you watched the live stream, you would have heard all that he said, most of it. But we're going to run a clip where he outlines some of the important plans that his new government has for Guyana for the period 2025 to 2030. And also we're going to hear from the opposition commissioner of GECOM, Vincent Alexander, who says that GECOM did not follow the law for declaring the elections winner. We're going to cover that, and also we might, if we have the time, run a clip by Aubrey Norton, where he was basically, it seemed as if it was a concession speech, whereby he was saying that basically that the APNU understood why they ended up in this position at this particular elections in 2025. So that's what we have for you this evening, and we're going to start with Lola Doll bringing you an update on this very, very sad story. Lola Doll remains in critical condition at the Georgetown Public Hospital as police hunts for a man named Paul Dabby Jr., also known as Randall, in connection with the incident that happened last night. He's wanted for attempted murder or attempting to take the life of Lola Doll. Let's bring up this guy that the police is looking for. On your screen, that's Lola Doll. Those of you, she's well known, so you know that's her. But the gentleman that the police are looking for, let's have you take a look at the person that's wanted for Lola Doll's for attempted murder, allegedly, for Lola Doll. So that's the guy on the screen. I'm not sure if you can see the guy yet. His name is Paul Dabby Jr., also called Randall. And here you see the last known address. The police has a wanted bulletin out for this individual who is accused of the attempted taking out of Lola Doll. Let us know what you think in the comment section about this breaking story that happened overnight. Maybe you are not a follower or a supporter of Lola Doll, or you are, but It's one of the top news right now out of Guyana, and people are talking. So I thought maybe we'll bring you an update on that. Let me tell you what really transpired based on the news. So and guess what? This story ended up in the People magazine, which is a magazine, online news outlet, and online news magazine out of the United States. Social media star Lola Doll, 33, is in critical condition after being shot multiple times outside her home, and we understand that Lola Doll was in her car when someone approached her and opened fire, several shots. So we'll give you some more details about this breaking story. Okay, so we want to welcome all of you who have joined the stream tonight. We are going on 200 viewers. Thank you so much for taking time out on this Sunday evening. We know that you have a lot of things to do with your life, but you've taken time out to join us and participate in another one of our live streams as we bring you some important updates today. One that is very sad concerning this social media influencer, singer, and well-known businesswoman from Guyana. According to People magazine, social media star Lola Doll is in critical condition after being shot multiple times outside her home in Guyana. Police said the influencer was shot by a male on a motorcycle, and they are now asking anyone with information about the incident to come forward. Lola Doll is best known for her bold and provocative posts and music videos. The shooting occurred in front of the 33-year-old influencer's residence in Georgetown, Guyana, on Saturday, September 6, at about 11:35 p.m. local Guyana time, according to a statement from the Guyana Police Force shared on their Facebook page. Lola Doll, whose real name is Lolita Calendar, is in critical condition and is receiving medical attention at the Georgetown Public Hospital, as per the Guyana Police Force. Police said that she sustained gunshot wounds to her neck, face, hands, and right leg. Preliminary information indicates that the victim was seated in her car when she was shot by a male on a motorcycle. Police ranks are actively pursuing the suspect, and CCTV footage from the area is being reviewed as part of the investigation, the Guyana Police Force added. Lola Doll is best known for her bold and provocative social media posts, as we said, and her music videos. So that's a synopsis of what transpired with Lola Doll in Guyana. Whether you know her personally, or you are a fan or a supporter, or you're not a fan or a supporter, it is a sad story, and we here at The Final Takeaway is praying for Lola Doll's complete recovery, and hopefully the perpetrator is brought to justice. As we mentioned earlier, a gentleman by the name of, I forgot his name already, but the police has issued a wanted bulletin for someone in connection with this incident, and his name, I'll bring him up on the screen again, is Paul Dabby Jr., also known as Randall. Okay, so if you or anyone knows anything, you can call the police in confidence and provide any tips you have for the capture of this person, this guy who is wanted in connection with the alleged attempt taken out of Lola Doll. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Good night, Henrik Bascom. Good night to you all. The next thing we're going to look at is President Ali's speech and some of the important plans that his government has for the nation for the next 5 years. So guys, as you are aware by now, President Ali has been sworn in earlier today. That was after GECOM made an official declaration that the PPPC has won the elections. This statement came out overnight, and also a statement from the Department of Information out of Guyana came out after midnight in the early AM of this morning, it caught a lot of people by surprise, even the opposition, because apparently they were unaware that a swearing-in ceremony was going to be happening today. And as you would have seen if you watched the live streaming of the swearing-in ceremony, it was well planned, well orchestrated. So the PPPC means business, even though they came to the elections, and of course they were confident, but at the same time, no one knows what would have happened. They went ahead and planned everything down to the wire, planning for victory, and they had everything sorted and ready for a swearing in today. So that shows, the effectiveness of their planning as far as their preparedness for the elections and the aftermath of the elections, which includes the swearing in ceremony and all the stuff that followed up today. So on your screen is Dr. Irfan Ali, who has highlighted a list of plans for the Guyanese people as far as growth and development of the country is concerned, and he outlined some of those plans. So let's listen to Dr. Ali.
Our vision is a Guyana as a rising frontier, where oil fuels ambition, sugar and rice sustain, bauxite, gold and diamonds anchor prosperity, and fertile lands feed a region, where vast forests and rivers prove that wealth and environmental stewardship can walk together, where a resilient people turn challenge into achievement, and where a small nation rises to shape the future of its region and the world. But this vision will not materialize without a plan. And in our manifesto, together with our broader strategy for Guyana's development beyond 2025, your government has set out the framework to turn ambition into reality. That framework will require the structure of my government to keep pace with the rapid growth and changing composition of our economy, our evolving development priorities, and the growing global prominence of our country. Critical elements of our plans for Guyana by 2030 include seamless infrastructure between every region, first world health and education services, first world digital infrastructure, advancing our new smart city, Silica City, and shipping and logistic hub linking Brazil and CARICOM, thereby creating new markets and opening up new opportunities. To achieve these plans, high levels of productivity and effective implementation will be critical, and technology and innovation will play an essential role. Transformation must drive economic diversification as well as human capital development. Labor must include manpower planning, whilst agriculture must ensure food security. Similarly, managing the forestry sector in a manner that maintains our environmental credentials will be key as we consolidate our position as global leaders in the fight against climate change. At the same time, the expansion of the aviation sector will require special focus, whilst regional planning and community development must be comprehensively reformed and strengthened. Importantly, we'll align ourselves with our allies and international partners to cripple transnational crime, drug trafficking, human trafficking, and every act of criminality that threatens or undermines peace, freedom, and democracy. My fellow Guyanese, in the next 5 years, we'll convert ambition into action and action into transformation. We will not speak in half measures. We will not hesitate. We will deliver. Yes, our oil and gas sector will continue to grow, expanding production and revenue for our people. But why stop there? We'll press forward with new exploration under a stronger production sharing agreement, ensuring that the benefits are greater, the gains are wider, and the wealth is truly for the people. But we are not a one-sector nation. We are building a diversified economy that will generate jobs, raise incomes, and secure prosperity. As part of our commitment to economic diversification, we'll strengthen the traditional pillars of our economy: mining, agriculture, fisheries, and forestry, ensuring that these sectors continue to provide jobs, wealth, and stability for our people.
Okay, guys, so there you have it. Dr. Irfan Ali outlining the government's plans for the next 5 years, as we have mentioned. So do jump into the comment section and let us know what you think about the swearing-in ceremony. Did you know that this was happening? Did this catch you by surprise? I can tell you, for us here at the Final Takeaway, we did a live stream yesterday. I think it was last evening. And this morning, we were just looking, coming through to see what's up with the news. And there, right in front of our faces, we saw that a swearing-in ceremony was already underway. So we were caught by surprise. And I'm going to tell you, this announcement of the declaration, official declaration from GECOM, happened late last night. If you see on your screen, there is something here from the Guyana, the Department of Information out of Guyana. And here is what it says. Let me get that for you. It says, that was last evening. Actually, this came in the AM of this morning on September 7th. GECOM declares Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali president. The Guyana Elections Commission has formally declared Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali of the People's Progressive Party Civic, the PPPC, as the duly elected president of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, following the conclusion of the 2025 general and regional elections. GECOM's chairperson, Justice of Appeal, retired Claudette Singh, made the declaration during a specially convened statutory meeting held at its Kingston headquarters on Saturday night. I told you this was happening midnight when we were all sleeping. Well, most of us, except those of you who stay up late. Based on the results declared by GECOM, the PPPC secured a resounding victory with over 240,000 votes cast in its favor. According to GECOM, this translates into a 36-seat majority in the National Assembly. That's Parliament. 36 seats. Meanwhile, newcomer, the We Invest in Nationhood win, garnered approximately 109,000 votes, securing 16 seats. A Partnership for National Unity, the APNU, garnered 77,000 votes and 12 seats. So there you have it, the breakdown of the winner, how many votes for the PPPC, how many for WIN and the APNU, and based on the amount of votes each parties secured, that determined how many seats each of them will have in Parliament. And the PPPC 36, WIN 16, and APNU, the APNU, 12 seats. Also, not forgetting, last but not least, the Forward Guyana movement led by a female, Dr. Amanda Walton Desire. That party gained 1 seat in Parliament. So congratulations to all of these parties who performed well at the 2025 regional and national elections. The PPPC recorded a victory in 8 of the 10 electoral districts, including Region 4 and 8. So do tell us what you think in the comment section about this conclusion of the elections. What is the atmosphere like in Guyana? How are people feeling? How are your relatives and friends feeling? What is the general consensus there in Guyana? And even if you live in the United States or another part of the world where you're Guyanese, where you're like among your Guyanese population, so to speak, because when Guyanese go overseas, they have a little clique somewhere. They always have a little hub of Guyanese somewhere in that particular country. Like for the United States, the main hubs are like Queens, New York, and they have a lot of Guyanese also in Brooklyn, New York. And for Florida, I think it's Miami and Orlando, Florida. Okay, so let me know what's the general feeling right now, and did you guys expect this swearing in ceremony to happen so quickly? So I want to welcome all of you who've just joined us. Thank you so much again. We have a few more other people who made comments in the stream. I haven't seen some of the returning viewers like Eugenia Shuri and Silent Treatment, Carlson Floyd, Madhu, and some other people. Maybe they're busy, but it's okay. They've joined many of our live streams. If you're new to this live stream, we started streaming on Elections Day, and so far since September 1 to now, September 7, I think we've done at least 8 to 10 live streams, doing at least 2 per day on the first 3 days from September 1st to September 3rd, and 1 to 2 thereafter. This is the second live stream for today. Let us know how we're doing, and do remember that we still upload videos. We will go back to our traditional way of informing you guys, breaking news, analysis, commentaries, and updates. Our podcast, of course, we have our podcast where we take a more relaxed mode, relaxed tone, more conversational, and sort of ask you questions, kind of like pick your brain on what you think about certain issues and events that are occurring in Guyana. Our latest video that was uploaded yesterday had to do with the confrontation between President Irfan Ali and reporter Travis Chase of the HGPTV Nightly News in Guyana. If you haven't seen that video, please check it out. We have a lot of comments, but opinions are divided. Some people say, just go over there on the video and take a look, take a listen, and you can drop your comments in the comment section. We respect all of your opinions. It's not about being right or wrong. It's your view on a particular matter, and each person sees the same thing differently, okay? We can't all agree on the same thing, but it's an interesting conversation about not only, the main issue is about, okay, you have the president on one side, or public officials or government officials, top government officials, and you have the press. So the whole issue of where do you draw the line between those who are powerful, who are in office, and the press, and the freedom of the press and the rights of the press, and how far, can one go, and where do you draw the line in terms of respecting each other's position, the respecting the presidential position and respecting the position of journalists and reporters and the media as a whole? Let me know what you think in the comment section. So, we're going to talk now about we're going to bring in Vincent Alexander. I believe he's Dr. Vincent Alexander, who is one of the opposition commissioner of GECOM. He sat down with one of APNU's, I think their executive member or clerical staff, his name is Marvin Williams, for an interview within the last 24 hours or so. And he spoke at length about the process, about the declaration, the manner in which the declaration was done, and basically highlight some of the discrepancies, the irregularities in the procedural manner in which GECOM approached the declaration. That's what we're speaking about today, because we've moved past the elections. It's over. The count's finished. The declarations for each region has been made by GECOM and published online for all to see. So we're at the declaration part where GECOM declared who is the winner. And of course, even after that, we are currently dealing with the swearing in. Dr. Irfan Ali has been sworn in again as the president of Guyana. So that's where we're at right now. However, Dr. Vincent Alexander has a few important things to say, even though they're on the opposition side. And it matters if you're following politics, you want to understand the electoral process, what the law says, and what are the procedures that need to be followed. Because when procedures aren't followed and when laws aren't followed, especially in elections or even with elections, those things open the door for court cases and for the opposition to contest based on those failure to follow special procedures or follow the law when it comes to the declaration of the results. So you're going to hear from Vincent Alexander, and in a nutshell, what he's saying is that GECOM's declaration of the winner of the 2025 election is not consistent with the laws of Guyana, the laws and legal procedures under the Representation of the People's Act. Let's listen.
Let me read for you Section 99 of the Representation of the People's Act. Publication of election results, and this is an amendment of the 12th of 2006, December 2006. It says as follows: as soon as practicable, but not later than 15 days after election days, the Commission shall publicly, and let me emphasize, publicly declare the results of the election and shall cause to be published in the Gazette a notification thereof specifying the number of votes cast for each list of candidates, the number of rejected ballots, the number of seats allocated to each list of candidates, and the names of the persons who, as a result of the election, have become members of the National Assembly. And it goes on to speak about what happens in the case of the Guyana. We attended a meeting yesterday evening where, in the first instance, the spreadsheet with the results was circulated. And that was circulated
for the districts.
For the districts. And that was circulated in keeping with the provisions which said that the Chief Elections Officer, having received the reports from the returning officers and the supernumerary returning officers, shall compile a report to present to the Commission, on which basis the Commission will make its declaration of the results. So, yes, the CEO compiled the report. That report was brought, and the chairperson proceeded to read a declaration of the results of the elections, a declaration which primarily said which party had prevailed globally, and as a basis of which Dr. Irfan Ali is the president elected. And that's what the chairman did. And the place went silent. After a period of silence, one commissioner then sought to move a motion for the adjournment of the meeting, a motion which was then seconded by another commissioner, which caused me at that time to pose a question: what is meant by that adjournment? Because nothing really that the Constitution provided for had taken place. But here we were adjourning. In addition to the fact that the documentation was circulated at the meeting, and we had hardly had time to peruse the documents. And I would, in no circumstance, allow myself to be involved in the process without perusing the documents, especially after my experience of 2011.
Which is what I
Okay, guys, you just heard from Dr. Vincent Alexander. And in a nutshell, what Alexander is saying is that two main things. He doesn't believe that GECOM followed the procedures that they should have followed for the declaration of the winner. And the other thing I understand that he's been accused of boycotting the signing off of the declaration documents. So we're not sure if that has changed since the last news we have. But according to Dr. Alexander, the reason why, he says he hadn't had enough chance to peruse the documents. Apparently, it was last minute thrown to him and I suppose the other opposition commissioners that were a part of the meeting, thrown on them at the nth hour, sometime around midnight, when people are sleeping, and they were called upon to come back out to GECOM to have this conversation about the declaration and perhaps to be told about the inauguration and things like that. However, Dr. Alexander wasn't having it, and he believes that GECOM breached the protocols, the rules, policies, laws, procedures that have been outlined in the Representation of the People's Act when it comes to declaration of the winner of the elections. Let me know what you think in the comment section about this. So I'm about to bring up, let's skip over to GECOM. Let's see what GECOM says. What GECOM said actually last evening, and again at the nth hour, because the press release from the Department of Public Information came in. We received that press release at 1 a.m. in the morning this morning. I think it's 1:35 a.m. Of course, we were asleep, but we got that inboxed about this declaration and so on and so on. So on your screen, we have the press release by GECOM. Let's get GECOM's side of things. The People's Progressive Party wins the general and regional elections. Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali declared the president. As you can see on your screen, the Ghana Elections Commission at a specially convened statutory meeting tonight, Saturday 6th, that was last evening, September 2025. We understand it was in the middle of the night, has declared the People's Progressive Party Civic the winner of the 2025 general and regional elections, which were held on the 1st of September 2025 and declared the PPPC's presidential candidate, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, the elected president. The declaration was done in keeping with Article 1772 of the Constitution that stipulates that where there are two or more presidential candidates, if more votes are cast in favor of the list in which a person is designated as presidential candidate than in favor of any other list, that presidential candidate shall be deemed to be the elected president and shall be so declared by the chairman of Elections Commission, acting only in accordance with the advice of the chief elections officer after the advice has been tendered to the Elections Commission as a duly summoned meeting. So this is the document coming out of GECOM late last evening, and according to GECOM, they have followed the rules, and in so declaring, properly declaring president, now second term president, Dr. Irfan Ali, the winner of the elections. So yes, and they went on to say some other stuff here, citing articles, in the Constitution, basically saying we have followed the law and we have made our declaration, point blank, period. Okay, we don't know if anything is going to come of this subsequently. We have to wait and see if there's going to be any contest to this declaration. But up until, based on what we heard from Dr. Alexander, they don't believe that the proper procedures were followed. Do let us know what you think in the comment section. So at this point, for those of you who are just joining the stream, our stream is running from 8:35 p.m. to 9:35 p.m. So we have just about 25 minutes remaining for this particular live stream. At this point, I'm getting tongue-tied. At this point, we want to sort of rerun the reason why we're online today, why we're streaming right now, was just to bring you some live updates on one moment. Let me just get this thing sorted. Yes, let's get this sorted. Yes, to bring you some updates on what's happening in Guyana about the elections, the swearing in of Dr. Irfan Ali. Now everybody knows that's a wide known knowledge right now, but we did want to bring you a specific video clip where he was detailing some of the plans, the major plans the People Progressive Party and under his government has had for Guyana over the next 5 years. If you missed that, you can always go back and watch this live stream. We process it into a video that you can go back and watch. Just go to our channel page and click on our playlist. You're going to see that right there as our most recent video this evening once this live stream ends. If you have a comment, or a question, you can ask me. I will try to answer it to the best of my ability. Also, in addition to that, we brought to you some updates on social media influencer Lola Doll, who is in a critical condition at the Georgetown Hospital. Based on our last updates, we don't know if anything else has happened since then. We understand that she's clinging into life. We understand that she has been, someone tried to take her out, and she has multiple injuries across her face, neck, and other parts of her body. You can definitely continue to follow that story online. We pray for her full recovery. We hope that she makes a full recovery. We don't know her personally, but she's a human being, and it is sad because we don't know what is the motive behind this shooting, behind this incident, which the police is calling an alleged attempted murder. And yes, so we definitely are going to be keeping you up to date on that. We hope that she makes a full recovery. The other thing we talked about was what you just heard is from Dr. Vincent Alexander, who basically said that he does not think, and perhaps representing the opposition sentiment, that GECOM followed the law in declaring President Ali the new president of Guyana for a second term. We also heard from Aubrey Norton yesterday. We didn't run that clip, but pretty much Norton seemed to have been giving a succession speech, even though he didn't say we formally accept that the PPP has won the elections. Well, actually, I believe when that came out, the formal declaration from GECOM had not been published, if we are looking at the timeline. So maybe that's not a concession speech. However, it still seems like the leader of the APNU, who was also the presidential candidate, was now, because it's over, the elections are over, unless there's some contest to the results. He was basically letting his support base know that they tried their best, and that even though they may not have won these elections, it's not over for the APNU, and the APNU is going to still be around. Okay, so that's pretty much where we're at. Let us know what you think in the comment section. We have just about 20 minutes left. We can take your questions. And I'm going to scoot around and see if there's any development on this Lola Doll case. We'll be right back. So yes, guys, nothing new. They say no news is good news regarding our top story for tonight, which is the incident involving social media influencer and popular businesswoman Lola Doll, who resides in Guyana, who has met with a tragic situation last evening concerning involving a gentleman who the police are now hunting for, whose name is, in case you missed it, we did show his face and his name on screen. His name is Paul Dabby Jr. Randall, of last known address, Lot 27, Degar Park, Georgetown, and for, attempting to take the life of Lola Doll. So that's the last thing we've learned. Let's see what else it says here. Okay, yes. The place of the offense was Texas Square, East Rhymeville, Georgetown. That's where the incident occurred last evening. If you have any information and you want to be a tipster, you can always call the police and provide any information about the individual who is wanted for this incident We're bringing his photograph again, the wanted bulletin, back onto the screen. You should see it in a moment. Yes, so that's where we're at. So again, we want to thank all of you for coming through. It looks like we're going to be ending the stream soon because we're out of material for you this evening. No new updates since the last we checked. And so we hope that you can join us again for our next live stream, which again, we don't have like a specific schedule. We come on stream live whenever we feel like there are breaking stories that we want to bring to you right now, because we don't want to get into studio and create a video for you. We want to bring it to you right now because time is of the essence. And of course, there is a section of our audience, our community here on YouTube, that prefer live stream over videos, I suppose, or they like both. But we want to accommodate people who want to come into the live stream and chat with us live, in the same moment. So that's why we've been bringing you these lives in the last couple of days, to sort of interact with our community. You are welcome to sign off. You're welcome to leave whenever you're ready, because we're going to be ending the stream shortly in another couple of minutes. We wanted to end it around 9:35, but that was not a hard and fast rule. It all depended on, how things were going. Sometimes our streams go over the timing because people are asking a lot of questions. Tonight, it's quiet. It's Sunday night. We understand people have to go to work tomorrow. Some people might already be in bed and, still processing what has happened in the last week. It's been a lot for the Guyanese people. Just having the elections, having to vote, and sometimes, for some individuals, being maybe on edge or being tense, not knowing what to expect, because we do know that past elections in Guyana have been marked by the aftermath of violence and things like that. And so people didn't know what to expect. But I'll tell you what, and I have commended the Guyanese people last evening in the stream, I believe it was last evening, commended the Guyanese people for their maturity and respect for each other's decisions and votes, and accepting to this point the outcome of the elections. And the outcome is that Dr. Irfan Ali is now the president again for a second term this time. And the Win Party, of course, is a new party. That party is the official opposition party, with the Forward Guyana movement, also with the APNU having some seats in parliament. So that's where we're at right now. And so far, it's been nothing but peaceful based on all we heard up to this point. And we hope that peace and maturity will prevail in your country, and that, we wish you well. We wish you well in your politics and your development of the country. And we hope that in the next 5 years, those individuals who may have felt, sidelined, so to speak, because, they're not getting jobs or their income's too low for the rising cost of living and things like that. We do hope that the government of Guyana will hear the people's voice, especially those who are living below the poverty line, those who are working and living paycheck to paycheck and have their families to look after, and want jobs, are seeking jobs but are not finding jobs because there's a shortage of jobs in the market, or the jobs are being taken up by foreigners who are accepting lower income. Whatever the situation is, we hope that the next 5 years would be even better for Guyanese, for all, that all will benefit from your development, your oil wealth, etc., etc. And Dr. Irfan Ali did promise to lower taxes. He didn't say specifically what taxes, but to lower taxes, and for the government to try and reduce cost of living and increase your disposable income. So it looks like they are planning on raising salaries for certain sectors, and hopefully that all of these plans and promises come to fruition, because it is a foregone conclusion that, when there are elections and there are manifestos and people, political parties want the people to vote for them, they will outline a long list of things in the manifesto as plans and things that they want to do for the people and the nation, which in a nutshell are promises. And promises can get broken, because how much can a government do in 5 years? However, it is yet to be seen, and opinion is divided in terms of what the government promised in the last elections, not this one, the last one, and how much they've achieved of what they've promised in 2020. Nonetheless, we're here and we wish you guys well, and we hope that peace prevail in Guyana moving forward. And we are going to continue to cover the news, events, and developments in Guyana, and we look forward to continuing to receive your support and your love, and just coming by and just sticking by us. Okay, let us know what you think in the comment section. Feel free to send us feedback. Tell us where you think we can improve, what you want to see more of, if you want to see more live streams, more videos, or more podcast series. I had someone in the live stream last night, I think, or the night before, who said they love the live stream version of our production. So just let us know, okay? You can join us on our Facebook, follow us on Facebook. Just skip over to our channel page and you're going to see our email address. You're going to see the link directly to our Facebook page. So do follow us on Facebook, as we want to build that following. And do come back soon. Do come back soon for us to have a conversation on whatever is trending at that point in time. As always, we appreciate you. I've said that multiple times. I can't say it enough. We can't say it enough. Thank you for tuning in. We are going to be ending the stream in about 2 minutes. You can sign off on your own, or you can wait for us to end the stream. Either way, we are going to be offline in about 2 minutes. We hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation, and you're going to come back and visit us. We hope that you've subscribed. If you want to support this channel, you can always, in the live stream, you can send us super chats, super gifts, super stickers, and I think gifts, whatever you like. You don't have to do that, but you can do that to show your support in that way. But just coming by and being in the stream and watching our videos and commenting and sharing on social media, those things alone are enough. But if you want to do more, you're welcome to do just that. We also have a VIP membership program where you can sign up to be a VIP, a very important person on our platform. You can choose to have the gold, the silver, or the diamond. No, the gold, the silver, or the platinum. I think they skipped diamond. Gold, silver, or platinum member, where you can receive exclusive perks and benefits of just being a part of our VIP membership program. Do skip over to the channel page and you can check that out on your own time. Alrighty, so that's it from the Final Takeaways production team. We are wishing you good night, a very, very wonderful, great, and fantastic and productive work week, which starts tomorrow for the traditional working people. And we hope that all goes well for you and your family. Stay good, stay safe, and we will see you soon. Goodbye.